You are a fool, David. Stay out of this.
Let me go, Eliab. There is a giant in the valley.
Impossible. You are just a shepherd boy.
I will go down and fight him.
Have you ever felt like you're straining to meet family expectations, societal standards, or the benchmarks of success set by the world? You stand before giant challenges, the Goliaths of debt, career, pressure, or brokenness, and ask yourself, why have I equipped myself with everything successful people use? Yet I still feel terrified and powerless. The truth is, you cannot win your battle using someone else's weapons. For thousands of years, we have praised David for his courage, but we often overlook a vital detail. Before facing Goliath, David tried on the armor of King Saul, the most powerful man in Israel at the time. Saul gave David his tunic, a bronze helmet, and a coat of mail. These were the best tools the world could provide. But what did David do? He took them all off. He rejected the king's protection to choose nakedness before God. David didn't win because he was stronger than Goliath. He won because he dared to be small and authentic. Our greatest mistake is trying to be a flawed version of someone else instead of an original in the hands of God. Do not try to imitate the world's way of solving problems if you want to receive God's results. Imagine young David, amidst the urging cheers of the army, struggling in King Saul's heavy bronze armor, the dry clanking of metal on metal. The armor is too wide, the sword is too long. David cannot walk, he can barely even breathe. This is the image of us today, trying to clothe ourselves in degrees, flashy appearances, or borrowed philosophies to mask the fear within. We think that the thicker the armor, the safer we are, but in reality, it only paralyzes us before the battle even begins. The weapon used to protect your ego is often the very thing preventing you from touching the power of God. David took a deep breath and said, I cannot go in these. He cast off the bronze helmet, stripped away the armor, and laid the sword on the ground. He chose his familiar shepherd's staff and picked up 5 smooth stones from the stream. The entire Israeli army looked at him like he was a madman. Goliath looked at him like he was a joke. But that was the moment David was most free. He no longer had to play the role of a soldier. He was himself, a shepherd boy with God by his side. Victory begins the moment you have the courage to live according to the identity God placed within you. David used a single stone to take down an enemy armed to the teeth. This wasn't luck, it was choosing the tool that matched his nature. Why wasn't David afraid? Because he didn't look at Goliath's size, nor did he look at his own smallness. He looked at the covenant in David's mend. Goliath wasn't fighting him, he was challenging the God of Israel. In Catholic saint stories, we learn that God doesn't need supermen. He needs empty vessels so he can fill them with his strength. When David stripped off the armor, he made room for God's power to operate. David's 5 stones weren't picked at random. They represented preparation. You don't need cannons to defeat hardship. Sometimes, sincerity, persistence, prayer, humility, and trust are enough. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Coríntios 1:27. We are living in an era of digital Goliaths. The pressure to be successful before 30, the pressure to have a perfect life on social media. We unintentionally put on the armor of expectation, only to feel suffocated and afraid of the future. Are you afraid of a certain Goliath today? Perhaps it's a terminal illness, a mountain of debt, or a past sin haunting you. You try to solve it the worldly way, using money, connections, or lies to cover it up. But the more armor you put on, the weaker you feel. Remember David. He didn't win against Goliath on the battlefield of the Valley of Elah. He won against Goliath long before that, during those lonely days, tending sheep on the deserted hills. Do not despise your lonely shepherding days right now. That is when God is training you how to use pebbles so that later you can take down giants. Your strength lies not in the armor you carry, but in the one who walks with you. Goliath may be large, but he is merely a giant target for those who dare to trust in God. Today, have the courage to cast off the borrowed armor of the world. Pick up your own stone of faith and walk forward, because in God's kingdom, the smallest is often the most formidable. Are you ready to take off the armor that is suffocating you?